What is the best way to clean a dress sporran with real fur when someone has, and I'm not going to say who, but someone has accidentally speared a bit of beer on it?
Dress sporran.
Fur. Cleaning the fur specifically.
Bit of beer.
Bit of beer.
Bit of beer.
Billy beer.
Oof. All right. So beer on a dress sporran depends on the color of the dress sporran and how long the beer sat.
Ugh.
And if it was beer versus like wine. So there's different advice here depending on the thing. Or is it white bovine sporran? Is it sealskin? Is it black musquash? Or is it fox? So there's different. It depends on a little bit. Depends on the fur.
You're begging another question, actually.
And or how soon after the spillage was the wipeage. So I'm breaking all three of them today. So we need an in-studio audience.
I need my camera. I'm going to bring in my cell phone next time so I can get this picture of the gruesome.
If you want to be a USA Kilts in-studio audience
oh my
for
God.
KNC Live.
Really? You're going to have people say they want to do that.
I know. Would it be fun or horrible?
What the hell is in that whiskey?
I don't know.
First, you're going to make the connection error tartan, then you're going to bring in a live studio audience. Then you're going to start pairing tartans.
Maybe we're not
with
doing a live
tartans.
studio.
Are you quite all right,
We'll
sir?
We'll see. All right. What was the question? No.
Cleaning the fur. How long has it been since?
All right.
I mean, did you have to go home first? Has the stain set? Questions like that.
All right. Start with lowest to longest. So if spill beer on a white rabbit fur,
throw it out.
Immediately, and buy a new one from usakilts.com.
Yeah.
No. If you get to it right away, wipe it off, go to the bathroom, get a little bit of, either club soda or just water in the bathroom kind of thing.
Cold water.
And then cold water, yes, very, very good point. And then wipe it off immediately. Do not soak it. Just, wipe it off as much as possible. If you can't get to water, then get a napkin and blot it and put pressure on it. Maybe squish it a little bit. Do not rub it heartily. Rubbing fur like that will pull some of the hair out. So don't do that.
Or it's going to felt it. It's going to mat it. It's
gonna, yeah. It'll act weird. So if it's whatever kind of fur, and let's say it's you get home, so it's kind of it's dried-esque, and it's still beer. We're talking something that's not really going to stain necessarily, or you have a darker color fur. What I would do is if you have, I would start with water. Just, wet a washcloth or something, and then wring it out, not wholly wring it out so it's just barely damp, but not leave it soaking, kind of the in-between stage where it's wet, but, squeeze some of the water out. And I would just wipe with the fur and kind of get as much, maybe wring a little bit of water onto it, maybe gently dab it in and kind of tussle the hair like you would tussle the hair on your head kind of thing. Tussle it a little bit to get it wet again, and then just kind of gently squish it and wipe it out gently. Again, gently is the key here. If it is dried and that's not helping as much as you want, then I would probably, my next step would be like baby shampoo. Ultimately, it's hair. So you want to use something very, very
caustic.
Caustic, thank you. That's the exact word I'm looking for. Non-caustic. So baby shampoo, something gentle. And again, I wouldn't put it on the sporran. I would put it on a washcloth or something like that. I get the washcloth, again, damp, put a little bit of baby shampoo on there, squish it around, rub it around in the washcloth, and then gently wipe it onto the sporran. Then let it sit and swirl it around with your fingers, not getting too violent with it, just gently swirling it around with your fingers, getting it into the hair, into any of the areas where the wine or the beer or whatever spilled on the sporran. Then take the washcloth, wring it out, get it nice and wet, no more shampoo, no more soap in there, and then just kind of wipe a little bit of water onto there, get it watered up real good. And then
you're watered up real good.
Watered up real good, kids.
Cute.
Little Roscoe P. Coltrane there from Eric. And then, gently work the soap out of the sporran. That's pretty much how I would probably handle it.
Yeah, mild, cold, and consistent.
Yeah.
Basically is the key. This is a good. Going back to the white rabbit thing, it's like there's a reason why most people, I don't think, really should, and most people don't prefer white fur for sporrans. And the quality of a dress sporran is paramount in this case. Wine, you got a problem no matter what. I mean, but that's true with any piece of clothing. But in general, white is not necessarily a good idea. A harder wearing fur, a better quality fur, and a mottled color fur, or solid black. If it's not solid black, then something like fox is gorgeous. Natural brown fox or red fox is a little less forgiving. But something where if the worst happens, it's not the end of the world. Like I'm imagining, like the washing does not take the staining out because again, it's like wine or spaghetti sauce, and if you're having marinara while you're wearing a dress sporran, what is wrong with you? Where
Put
are
a napkin
you?
on your lap, you slob.
Yes,
come on.
and use a freaking napkin. Now I imagine like the way he describes it is like he's hanging out and somebody just trips as they go past. But yeah, cold water absolutely is your best friend, and speed. You got to get to it as quickly as possible, and don't buy a rabbit for a sporran.
I'm thinking about now the animal skin itself and the nature of the animal. So fox,
it's kind of soft.
It's soft. It has a lot of down, generally speaking. So I'm a little concerned about that. For
the undercoat could catch wine.
Correct.
Molecules better.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking about the animal and the nature of the animal. Seal.
I keep going back to seal.
Or things that have a natural water repellency to the animal.
But some of that's the lanolin. If that's not preserved in the fur process, now seal.
But most of it is.
Seal's freaking indestructible, and I would assume that stains are not nearly as much of a problem with seal.
Yes.
Which is another reason why people adopted seal in the first place, but why it became popular. But
black bovine or like a gray bovine.
Black obviously is your friend because you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something with a little bit more, or like the musquash or nutria or an animal where it's like, or beaver, something that has more of a greasy pelt, kind of like an oily, slickish kind of feeling to the fur. Because it's meant to, it's meant to wipe water off. It's meant to be, fast in water. Same thing with seal. So that would work well. A fox is not meant to be hydrodynamic. So it's not going to work quite as well for a fox as it would for a beaver or as it would for a seal. Yes, I use the word hydrodynamic in our show.
Insert clip of the fabulous Mr. Fox here.
Allie, you had looked like you wanted to say something, maybe? No, maybe not.
I'm in agreement with you about the water repelling furs. It doesn't. I mean, the oil does come into play, but some of these furs, like beaver or musquash or seal, the composition of the fiber, the fur itself, the little, what's the word, strands, I suppose.
Yeah.
They are built to be perhaps interlocking and water repellent. So you have a better chance with those always.
And it depends how dense the fur is as well.
Yeah, but people aren't going to choose a dress sporran based on its
true.
stain resistance. They're going to go with the one they love.
I agree, but it's here, you're watching this video. If you've searched YouTube 20 million years from now, you're looking at this video because you've spilled something on your sporran and now you're trying to figure out what to do about it. So we're giving them, based on the type of fur, your course of action may be different. If you're wearing a rabbit's fur sporran, you're screwed. Sorry, buy a new sporran. No, but rabbit fur is like airier, it's lighter, and it's not nearly as dense as like fox or something with a lot more down, or something like beaver that has a denser, oilier fur. So sliding scales here, my friends.
See, you got me going on YouTube. What did you say, 20 million years in the future or something?
Yes.
It's like,
this is our immortality.
My Grovlox dress sporran has googly spooch on it. What am I going to do?
Highland wear is timeless, my friend.
Right.
Highland wear will be around 20 million years from now.
It's true. It's true.
Yes.
As long as there's gravity.
It's fair. I don't want to see a kilt and no gravity.
As I say, it's more like a
Maybe
tutu
you
then.
do want to see a
Maybe
kilt
you
in
do.
no
I don't know.
gravity.
I don't.
Kilts in space.
Yes, kilts in space. That's how
The
we
next
end this.
frontier.
Yes. To boldly go where no man is, or several men have gone before. All right.
Ah, yes. To quote one of my favorite cartoons, The Venture Brothers. A little bit of club soda, take care of almost anything. Seriously, if you have a super secret cleaning formula that you learned from your grandma, tell us in the comments. Tell us on the Kilts and Culture Facebook group. People are always looking for advice to deal with things like this. And if you've completely, utterly ruined your Sporran, you might as well go over to USA Kilts and buy a new one.